Hi, Robert. Thank you for joining us for the Fireside Chat sessions today. We are so happy to have you today to discuss VMware Cloud on AWS and also share your observation in the market. First off, I would like to share this good news with all of you. Today, we are very proud to announce the official launch of VMware Cloud on AWS, and customers from now on can use these new services. This addition extends the service coverage to 21 regions globally. Very exciting news, Robert, right?
Yeah, we're equally excited here.
Thanks for the partnership and also the collaborations.
Right, absolutely. Thank you, Franco, for inviting. I think we at AWS share the equal excitement, right? Given at corporate level, we've been working with each other since the past 5 years, announcing the cooperation back in 2016, right? Yeah. So talking about this, I see, we're seeing Hong Kong, as a dynamic international hub of a lot of things, right? All the way from all these financial, banking, services, real estate, and logistics, a different kind of global leading capabilities. In the past several years, we're seeing our customers in Hong Kong catching up with the latest cloud technology, helping themselves either to save cost or either to actually transform themselves digitally, or actually introduce more innovative use cases into the global marketplace, so as to ensure they become more competitive. So by announcing VMware Cloud on AWS, we see it just as extra strategic elements helping our common customers in Hong Kong to further accelerate that and becoming even more competitive in the global marketplace.
Yes. So actually that the past 2 years of pandemic accelerating that adoption of cloud. So do they see any challenges that those different industries they are facing? In Hong Kong?
Yeah, indeed. We during the pandemic, right? We see certain customers, they are probably encountering certain difficulties.
Right.
But while in another hand, we're also observing lots of customers quickly migrate themselves and then keep themselves effectively operated through internet on cloud using different type of cloud technologies. Even some customers, they encounter certain difficulties operating themselves physically, right? Some customers are also taking the advantage of the pandemic, right? Speeding up their digital transformation journey and the cloud migration as well.
Yeah, I totally agree, right? So I think that we also treat ourselves as an enabler, right? So then most of the customers, like enterprises, been using VMware for a long time, technology for a long time, and then now we really want to help them to how to leverage the available cloud services like AWS and to transform themselves, right? So to become the digital smart. And we just have a new term, right, coming out from our a big event last week. That how can we be like the cloud chaos, we call it, like, so because of people's managing both the on-premises and also the cloud platform. So sometimes they don't know how to do consistent operations, about the security, and how can them become cloud smart.
Right.
So I think that the answer is kind of like a VMware Cloud and AWS can address this kind of a problem.
Right, right. Well, I think we have similar idea, right, from cloud chaos, right?
Yeah.
As just shared, right? All the way to cloud smart. We take it as a cloud journey, right?
True.
So how can we help our customers really understand cloud by probably migrating something new and small, starting by probably doing a couple of POCs. That's normally what we do.
Right.
We won't suggest the customer to move big and critical enterprise workloads overnight. It's too much risky. It's also pretty much from Amazon culture, right? So we have a culture that we call two-way doors, right? That allow your team to experiment, to fail. But once you fail, you want to fail quick and fail small.
Right.
So through the fail quick experiment, the concept of two-way door, if you fail, you can, walk back safely. That kind of concept that allows enterprise to do very quick iterations, of their product offerings. And then they can keep throwing all these kind of ideas of things into the market and they give it a try. And then once, you get certain traction from the market as the customers, right? You add more resources and then you accelerate, other elements that help roll the ball bigger and bigger. That's what we call flywheel. Yeah. So I think it's a similar, say, mentalities approach as we, do have that concept culturally with the several mechanisms that I just mentioned at Amazon, at AWS, right? Pretty much like what you just described, Ram. So all the way from Cloud Chaos to Cloud Smart, right? It's this kind of journey.
Yeah, I kind of agree on that. Fail quick, fail fast. Right. So just don't wait too long, for things happening. Right. So I think that's the the things changing every day. We need to react quick. But then we talk about technology, right? So people always say people, process, technology, right? So how do you see people, right? So that we're talking a lot, from our news, our government, they talk about the population, right, that declined, right, and then also talent development, right. How about you? What do you see both in Taiwan and Hong Kong? Right. And will that slow down the adoption of cloud or slow down that the so-called digital transformation and the journey of cloud? Right.
So people and talents are always challenging. Okay. Nowadays I think across the board the birth rate everywhere is kind of dropping, right? So we don't have enough talents in the marketplace. Right. That's something. Some realities that lots of governments are facing, right? So definitely we see the same challenges in a lot of markets, including Taiwan and Hong Kong. So that's why we're spending tons of efforts. So people need talents so as to support all these very aggressive cloud and digital transformation and migration journey. So we need people there. We will continue to invest our resources into universities, and then including, we're also providing all the professionals with the on-job training opportunity and certification as well. So within this year, we're aiming to train over 30,000 people in Hong Kong. So that's the goal. Yeah, I think it's good to nurture the young generation. Starting from K-12, right? Yes. So then they understand what's cloud, and then it's better to to add on also the VMware Cloud and AWS, and then they know how to manage both the existing workloads and also the new workloads, right? Absolutely. So that's good, and I think we need to keep doing this. Right. Another part to add is that automation is also critical. Yeah. Probably our audience is including VMware team, probably hearing from time to time a lot of things about our things like we don't have too many people. We're automating a lot of things, including our warehouse, including Amazon store, including we're using drone to actually deliver all the for delivery purpose. So in the Amazon history, we're doing a lot of things that you see. Whoa, okay, Amazon is doing this and that, but a lot of reason behind is that we're very keen and we're being very aggressive doing automation. Okay. And then I think that echoes to what the VMware Cloud and AWS will be delivering, or I say adding value to our common customers, right? Because that involves lots of automation, right? So our customers or your customer, our common customers, don't need to reinvent the wheel, don't need to get familiar with the new interface, new skill sets, new governance standard whatsoever, but they just can quickly embrace the cloud technology, accelerating their digital transformation journey by using VMware Cloud and AWS. Yeah, I think that's very true that actually the customer can leverage their existing resources and operation team to manage their workload on-premises and also on AWS, right? So exactly. We try to put the customer in the next wave of automation, right? So there's more that they can do more with less, right? Always do more with less. My boss are asking me to do that, right? Right. So one last question, Robert. So how do you view that
co-innovation, right? So this office needed our co-engineering work, right?
Right.
The VMware, VMware Cloud on AWS.
Right.
And how you see this, moving on?
Right.
Is it very important to the market?
Right. So, Franco, thanks for the question. I think VMware and AWS at the corporate level, we have announced VMware Cloud on AWS since 2016, and then the year after we have services available around the world. So, with that initiative, right, both companies invested dedicated, engineering resources, engineering team, BDs, support team, to develop, to engineer our common offerings, right? While on the other hand, we also accumulated over 600 partners around the world, over 300 solutions of different kind in the past 5 years that provide a very solid foundation for our common customers in Hong Kong to further leverage and utilize. So moving forward, I think this momentum will just continue.
Yes.
This is really a corporate to corporate and a very, very strategic commitment with the dedicated resources. And then thanks to that AWS is the only public cloud service providers, having this service, having the services that jointly engineer together with the VMware team, right? So I believe this strategic cooperation will just further continue and enhance moving forward.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think that brilliant. I think that's very exciting news to the market, and I think collaboration is the way, the key way to drive innovation. Also, I hope that both teams can work closely together.
Absolutely.
And expand our capabilities, and ultimately they bring the value to customers to help them to transform their business.
Sure.
So thanks for your time, Robert. Thank you.
Thank you, Franco.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.